Jared Rose for the Times-Picayune and NOLA.com at Zachary High School with Coach Chris Carrier, the now two-time outdoor state champion Lady Broncos on the girls' side of things. And you are our All-Baton Rouge area girls track and field coach of the year. I was talking to Janie O'Connor, obviously one of the standouts from that team, a couple minutes ago, and was saying, a few years back, looking at state results from outdoor, you don't see Zachary's name in 4A until I think that last year in 4A, and then the first 4 years in 5A, you start out with that fourth place finish, and then it was kind of in the 20s, in the teens, you had that seventh place finish, and now back-to-back state championships. So what have you guys done so well over here to climb up and that run that Baton Rouge High had, and now go back-to-back with it?
Well, I'm honored to have this award, and I've been here 6 years. And when I first got here, we had Tiffany George and Renisha Causey, and those were two girls that were difference makers. And over the past few years, Baton Rouge High had difference makers.
Yeah, a lot of difference.
They had the Briscoe girls, and we were always pretty steady, but we could just never crack that top 10, that top 5, because we were good, but we just weren't at that level that other schools were 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. And then of course Janie arrives on our campus 2 years ago, and she's a difference maker. As good as we have been, we're that much better, and she is, she's an outstanding kid and an outstanding athlete. So that's why we've had the success we've had, especially in the last 2 years.
And obviously, you got to have pretty good athletes to win some state championships. But there's a lot of teams with pretty good athletes that don't win state championships. And Janie mentioned, without really specifying stuff, that there's certainly ups and downs and struggles as there are with any season pretty much. What have you been pleased with from you and the staff of the way y'all have handled things, or what have been some of those challenges that y'all have had to try to manage and just make sure everyone reaches the potential that they have?
Well, we're not as strong in certain areas like other schools. Like our distance program is up and coming. We got a young coach in Adam Carlisle is building up our distance program. Our jumps program under Kendall Cleveland has been progressing. We had a state champion boy in Donald Gage, and our high jumpers have been consistently placing in state meets with Dara Anderson and boys and Janae Campbell, and the girls. And now we have a state championship shot putter in Christian Jackson. So we're just trying to be an all-around program. Obviously sprints and relays is kind of a strong point for us right now. But an emphasis for us is to to improve in other parts of our track team, especially in throws and jumps and distance.
Has that been not necessarily obstacle or anything, but this year in particularly, or in the last 2 years, has that been the biggest, I guess, however you want to phrase it, spot for growing pains almost, or headaches or anything? It's just been trying to expand what was already there.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to get our numbers up in cross country. We're trying to get our numbers up in our distance with our distance runners, and we do well. We do well at district, but as you know, our region, with St. Joseph and schools from the North Shore like Mandeville that has, distance running is probably a strong point for them.
Right.
And when we run against teams like that, we see where we need to improve. But just having an all-around program is something that's going to be a major thing for us to work on in the next couple of years.
When you look at the success y'all have had over the last couple of years in both the outdoor state championships and then the success in indoor as well, at the Class 5A and the Division I level, what does that mean to have had that success to you mentioned couldn't quite crack. You'll have certainly cracked through and kind of topped the mountain the last few track seasons.
Well, you know, when you come in a program, you set goals. You know, whether it be getting your numbers up, winning a district championship, winning a regional championship, winning a state championship. And I think, you know, in the 6 years that I've been here, you know, on the girls' side especially, we've had some very talented athletes, and you know, you just have to you know, weather the storm sometimes. You know, you got to make sure that, you know, kids are, you know, in shape and not getting hurt, and you know, with girls you got different personalities, so you just have to manage that, and you know, sometimes you just have to get out of the way. You know, when you have a lot of talent, you just have to make sure that you steer them in the right direction and not overcoach them.
Right. And you mentioned the mindset is to kind of keep expanding, keep building some areas where y'all aren't as strong yet. You lose some pretty good seniors this year. Obviously, you got Janie around long. You've got some notable folks coming back. I'm guessing the mindset moving forward is to keep at the top of the mountain.
Well, you know, I think,
best
you know,
you
this
can.
is, you know, and I'm not taking all the credit, but you know, it's just a talented group of girls, you know, over the last 2 years, and even, you know, an incoming freshman class that's coming in. It's just very, very, you know, fortunate, you know, that I'm here at this particular time. You know, and I think a big thing is keeping the kids in Zachary. You know that there's always options for kids to go other places. But I think a big thing for us is, number one, with our facilities, our educational background, and then an opportunity to win championships now is very, very intriguing to these kids. So they're staying here instead of going to other places.
There you go. Coach Carrier up at Zachary High School, our All-Baton Rouge area girls track and field coach of the year, and for NOLA.com, the Times-Picayune, Jay Roser.
Thank you.